if you're someone who peaked in your 20s, chances are you don't know who you are. And if you don't know who you are, you can't be who you are. And if you can't be who you are, other people can't see who you are. Make sense? So if you've got no clue, this is what can also feel really empty about a lot of your relationships, because like you can't be your authentic self because you don't know who your authentic self is. So then what ends up happening is people relate to the mask that you put on. So you're like this, 27-year-old chemical engineer who's like kind of into video games, kind of into this. You're sort of like this, like got kind of like an empty personality. You have like features of personalities. You're into this, you're into this, you're into this, but you're not really like a wholly formed human being. You're like snippets of a human being that are sort of stitched together. And this makes it really hard for other people to connect to the real you. Now, the other reason that this becomes really hard is because relatedness requires other people. So in the world that we live in today, where everyone's on Discord and everyone's like you doing online dating and everyone's spending time on their phone, the ability to find other people to connect to is objectively the hardest that it's ever been. The last thing that's really tricky about this is that if we look at our sense of identity, my sense of identity is partially determined by what other people see in me. So when I look at myself in the mirror and I say like, okay, Alok is, let's say, a good dad. How do I know I'm a good dad? Because of the way that my children treat me, right? If they tell me. The key thing though is that this is the third part where unfortunately figuring out who you are, moving past peaking in your 20s requires other people. It's that feedback that we get from other people who see the real you that helps us solidify our sense of ourselves.